known to do that. Okay. All right, so there will be a few more people joining us, but I also learned not to have a waiting room so that people don't get stuck there like Charlotte did last time. So, okay, so I'm going to start showing you stuff. Now feel free to unmute yourself, and then if we start having a problem with background noise later, I'll mute everybody again, and then you can gradually unmute yourselves. But feel free to unmute yourself and talk if you don't have a lot of noise going on in the background. So what I'm going to start with, I'll show you what we have for the Prism trunk show. Let's see, let me make sure I have good lighting. Okay, this lighting looks good. I think I'm going to turn this one light off just a minute. Okay. All right, so this whole back of the room, some of you have taken classes here are familiar with this. We've got it all, let's see. I'm gonna stand back. I'm gonna stand all the way back so you can sort of like see where we are. Okay, so we have over here on this side in this big cart here, we've got one of the things that Prism has that Laura Bryant is, for those of you who don't know, Laura Bryant is the dyer and designer for Prism, and she has been doing hand dyeing yarns for over 35 years now. She actually has a master in fine arts, and she's a weaver, and many of her textiles are actually in museums. And she's taught classes for years, and she teaches a lot on color theory, and she's truly an artist, and so which is why her colors are so spectacular. When she puts together a color collection, it's not a happy accident, which is often what happens when I play around with dyes. She knows exactly what she's doing, and she plans it out, and she achieves exactly the effect that she wants. So her recent collection actually is this, it's called the Chroma Collection. And first she started with this set of colors, was the original Chroma Collection. And basically it's 8 different colors, and they're all designed so that every one of them will go with the others, because so many of her designs, and so many designs of patterns that we want to knit, call for a number of different colors, but it's really hard to figure out what's going to look good together. So she basically came up with a color palette, where everything, wherever you pick any 1, 2, 3, any set of these colors, they'll go together. And that's because if you've ever taken her color class, one of the things you learn is that if a color has the same weight, it's not a matter of blue doesn't go with green. It's a matter of are the colors in the same weight range? Then they'll look right. If there's 2, sometimes you want a different, a difference in weight, but usually that has a jarring effect, and they don't go together. So after she did that first Chroma collection, then she did this collection, which is more my sort of thing, because I like dark colors, Chroma Noir. And so these are available in 3 of their bases. Oh, that's the other thing is, there's a link for a price sheet in the Facebook invitation. Did you guys get the link for the price sheet information? Let me go back to the, real quick, sorry about that. I'm going to go back and post a link inside the chat for this, so you guys can get to it. Okay, where's the, I'm sorry, this is gonna take me a minute. I knew I'd forgotten to be prepared for something. And my PC's slow. While I'm doing that, I'm going to show you one of, let's see, oh, here it is. This fabulous shawl is part of the Chroma collection. So I'm going to let you look at that while I'm looking at this. This is 8 different colors of, oh, sorry, let me. So this you would use all 8 colors of one of the collections. And it's basically a long shawl so there's 4 colors on one side and 4 colors on the other. So it would basically use the whole thing. And this is in the Symphony worsted weight yarn. So I'm gonna put this down again. There, so that you can sort of see that while I am looking this up, okay. And of course my PC is gonna be really slow right now. Just a second, I'm almost there. Okay. Okay, so if I can. All right, if you can find your chat button, I just shared a link to, it's a link basically to a PDF file that has, it's got prices for the individual yarns and also for the kits in here. So, because that's always the first question somebody has when they see something is, well, what's the price? What's the price? So, so basically, this new Chroma collection, this is in addition to all the colors that Prism's always done. It's available, they'll do it in any of their yarns, but what they sent us was 3 of their bases. One of them is the Symphony, which is a, I love Symphony. This is a, it is a worsted weight merino cashmere blend. And it is that, so that's what that shawl that I just showed you is knit in. I knit a sweater in, now normally cashmere blends, I'm a little nervous about them because they do tend to pill. I knit a sweater out of this yarn. It's over 15 years old now. And I'm gonna show it to you. I have worn this to death. I have thrown it around it's been thrown around the back of my car, and I can still wear it and people still say it's beautiful. And this is that yarn after that's like 15 years I've been wearing this sweater. So the thing that I trust about Laura's yarns is that she knows her stuff and she gets yarns that will last. So that you can trust that when you make something out of a Prism yarn, it's going to hold up for a really long time. So this is the Symphony. So, and she's had it for this long since I made this sweater that long ago. So there's the Symphony Chroma Noir, and then there is the Petite Madison, which is a single ply. It's a fingering. You could use it for anything that's a fingering weight pattern. So like the Casapinka Sharon show, for instance. Basically, you could use it for any of the fade patterns, any fingering weight shawl or scarf pattern. Although it does have a little less than 300 yards, a little less than 400 yards. I'm sorry, in a 100-gram skein. This is a Cashmere Silk blend. So this is the priciest one. It's $41 a skein. This was the one that was used in this pattern. Is called the Curve. It's a big curved shawl. And so this is done with 3 shades of the Petite Madison. And this was in Vogue magazine. And you may have seen the other one. I'm going to show you. The original one from Vogue looked like this. So that's the light version of the Chroma. That's 3 of the light bright colors. And then the one that I just showed you on the wall is, more of the blues and greens and gold, sort of like a golden green.
Carla,
So
I have a question for you about the yarns. Can you tell us the structure, like if it's singles or applied or things like that?
the Petite Madison is a single ply. So this one is, and I'll be totally honest, even though I don't trust single ply yarns, even though I know that I know that this is as good as you're going to get when it comes to single ply. But it is a single ply yarn. You can also substitute this with my favorite yarn, which is the Marina Mio, which is a plied, she calls it a sport weight, but I use it often in fingering weight patterns. So it's a regularly plied, I think, I can't remember how many plies it has, but it's a plied yarn. This is called Marina Mio 2 because for years she had a yarn called Marina Mia, which we still have quite a bit of because it's my favorite yarn. She eventually could no longer stock it. Basically, she had to change mills, so she spent a lot of time finding a replacement, and the replacement is the Mia 2. So,
why do you say you, excuse me, why do you say you don't trust it, the ply, single ply?
The single ply, oh, it's just that it has a tendency to pill. It's not, the thing about, the more plies a yarn has, the stronger it is. And so single ply yarns, especially, now there are a lot of less expensive single ply yarns, they start pilling before you're even done knitting. You know, they look beautiful because there's something about the structure that gives it this gorgeous sheen. And so, you know, we've all done this. I bought these single ply yarns and they were just so stunning. And then, because they take the color and they have that, they take the color with a really strongly, and they have a gorgeous sheen, but then they just don't hold up very well. This will hold up better than most. And so I shouldn't be bad mouthing it because it will hold up better than most. I personally tend to prefer to work with plied yarns. That's just my personal preference. This, however, one thing is that this is a cashmere silk blend, which means that it is just, you know, unfortunately you can't feel it, but basically this is so incredibly soft. And you can tell, I mean, this is held up well because these are samples, these kinds of samples get actually beaten up quite, you know, really well, you know, because they just get thrown around and sent from one store to the next, and people try them on, and I mean, they just aren't, they aren't, you know, handled like with kid gloves. But this, you can see that this is held up really well. And this is another, I've got to look up the name of this pattern, but this is another new design that's in the Chroma yarns, the Chroma colors. And you can see this one too, if you look at it closely, has held up very well. There's no sign of pilling. So that's really just that's my personal thing, is I tend to go, I just feel safer with applied yarn because I had a lot of bad experiences with single plies, but they weren't Prism single plies, and they weren't, the dyer from Dream in Color she and I have this discussion a lot, and I know she says, Carla, my single plies don't pill. and she, you know, she showed me, she's got sweaters knit out of them. They don't. So that's just a personal thing. So, but basically, so like this, let me find the name of this. We've got the pattern here. So we've got patterns for all of these. This one's called Synchronicity, and it uses 3 skeins of colors that sort of coordinate and one that's more contrasting. So here she took the cantaloupe, the you know, that sort of melon color was as the contrast, and worked, the rest was like in a blue, green, purple, you know, shades that were closer to each other. So if you wanted to see how any, if you want to see how any of the colors in the, you know, if you like a particular design and you want to see how the colors look together, we can pull those colors out and put them together, and you know, and so you can see. So for instance, if you wanted to do the synchrony, I probably should have planned this ahead of time. I'm pulling things at random. Although this is such a, this palette, it's safe to do that. I'm gonna put these on the table. So basically you could start with, if you wanted to do something deep and dark like that, then you would pick something for a contrast, and that synchronicity would be like a gold. You could do like the gold would be the contrast. So let me pull the pattern again. So you see, so that's the pattern. And so that would be like, that would be a possible combination for that if you wanted to go with a darker palette. And you know, I'm recording this so you can look at it later. And the thing that we are always happy to, if you're looking at something you're trying to put together a set for you know, for a project, and you want to know what colors will look good together, you can always call us or text us or email us, and we love to like pull different colors, put them together. We'll take pictures and we can text them to you, or we can do like a FaceTime or something, or a Zoom. So you could, you know, show you what the different combinations look like together. So if you can't come into the shop to see them in person, we're always happy to try to help you put together different color combinations. And thanks for that comment. Yes, it is Prism. Prism, I have been a Prism fangirl since I first discovered them, which is almost 20 years ago now. And it's because the quality is so good. The colors are so stunning, and the quality of the yarns are so good. Bye, Emma. Sarah, Emma's on her way home. Let's see. So that was, I wanted to start, well, what else do we have with the Chroma collection? I'll go with that, and then I'll start showing you some of the other garments. So the other thing that we have this, this is done in the worsted. Oh, let me get my mask out of the way. So this set is called Keyed Up. And if you got my earlier price sheet, there was a mistake because I didn't realize that this is knit out of the Symphony, so it's 8 skeins of Symphony, which is $22 a skein. Not the Petite Madison, which is $41 a skein. So it's a little under $200 for this set with all 8 colors. And you could do this either in the light set, or you could take the, you know, the darker if you wanted to do. I'm debating. I really want to knit this, and I'm thinking I kind of want to do it in the dark colors because that's just what I tend to do. But on the other hand, this one is so beautiful. It's so big that it's hard to, but it's just gorgeous. I just love it. The other thing that is really beautiful is this poncho over here, which that is knit in Symphony. And basically, so it's a short curved poncho. Now, if you wanted to make this bigger, you could just keep going. Oh yeah, we've got enough to send you a kit for the Chroma Wrap. Oh, the other thing is I didn't explain to you too. If you want to purchase something, you can put something in the text, or you can unmute yourself and tell us. And what we'll do at the end of the call, if you could make sure that we know how to contact you, and then we can either send you a PayPal invoice, or you can call and we can take your credit card over the phone, whichever you prefer, and then we'll ship it out to you. So we just need to know how to get in touch with you if you decide you want to buy. So we need to, you can like email or private message us your email address or your phone number, and however you prefer that we contact you, and we'll settle up that way. But yes, we do. So we'll set aside a Chroma kit for you. Thank you. oh, hi, Ruth. Thank you for joining us. Okay, so this poncho, I need to check. It comes in 2 sizes. The smaller size, the finished hem, is 50 inches. The larger one is 60. It either uses 7 or 8 skeins of the Chroma, of the Symphony. And this one is done in the Chroma Noir, so it's the darker colors. But you could do this one in the lighter colors if you like the lighter version. So that is, I think, everything we have right now from the Chroma Collection, the samples that we've got. So I'll show you some of the other things that we have. We've got this sample here is this is from what's called the Symphony Six Pack, which is, let me show you here. So this is a Symphony. Let me put it on the table so I can talk. Curtis, do you think it would make more sense for you to carry this around? And yeah, Curtis is here to play cameraman, so I can, okay, let's do that. Okay. And if you can't hear, if my voice starts to get too, I didn't put the mic on, so if my voice gets too far away, just let me know that I need to speak up. Oh, nope, I lied, I forgot. There's one more Chroma thing to show you. This is called the Hyacinth Wrap. This is so cool. This is, oh, I need to hold it.
Katie Deb liked your photo.
There. Oh, there. Okay, so this is knit. This looks like this is a very gradual gradient. This is done in the Petite Madison. And the reason why the gradient is so gradual is that what this actually is it's the 2 strands are held together so that you're doing a marl. So at one point, like she starts out with this, I forget what color this is, but it's a lavender. And before it, well, this, from these 2 purples she starts out with 2 strands of this color, then 1 strand of this and 1 strand of this, and then 2 strands of this. So that's how she achieves the gradient effect with this. This was actually done, there's another version of Petite Madison that's called Radiant. It's got sparkles. And so this sample has sparkles on it. We don't have any of the sparkle Petite Madison in stock right now, but we can easily get it if you would like it. This is the Hyacinth Wrap, and it uses 5 different colors of the Petite Madison in the Chroma colors, and these are it lists here which colors they are. And so you could do it with these colors. You can do it with the regular Madison that doesn't have, you can have with or without sparkles. You could use the darker colors. You could use more of the yellow and melon tones, the oranges and the yellows. There's lots of different ways that you could customize this to suit your taste. But that's one of the other Chroma pieces. And then, okay, so let me go back to the other, so this, I'm hoping it's probably too, let me pull this out, it's too shiny. Except these like to stick. It's still shiny. There we go. Okay, so this is that poncho. Now this is the Symphony, and you could do this in the Chroma. It would look a lot, you could do this in the Chroma Symphony, but she also has these 8 packs of different colors, of color combinations with some of her multicolors and solids. So like there's this combination, some of them have names. This combination doesn't have a name, but there's, so this is a colorful version. And then there's the neutral tones. And so sort of beiges. And then there's like a darker, earthier tones. And I forget, these are, I think it's 128. You get there's actually a pattern for 2. There's another poncho type cowl thing in here. So there you get both patterns. Either one will use 6 skeins of Symphony. Or you could also take one of these kits and add another color and do that poncho that we were looking at earlier. So let me show you the other colors we have of this. I love this color combination. I think this one is the one she calls Marrakesh. I'm not there. It's got there. Yeah, and this is sort of a blue green. This is Marrakesh. Yeah. And she has a lot of other color combinations too. These are just the ones we happen to have now. So the other thing that I love about working with Prism is that I am extremely picky about color, and there's hardly anybody that I always want to pick colors out myself. But when it comes to Prism projects, I tend to I'll call Laura and say, I want to make this, like I'd say I'd want to make this, and I want something based on, and I'll name one multicolor that I like and let her put together the rest, because I know whatever she does is going to be fantastic as long as I just say what color I want. So if there's a particular color that you really like say, you know, you love this orchard color, and you want a kit for any of her designs that's based around that color, she will do that. One of the things is that Prism is really, it's funny, some people think that Prism is a great big company. It's not. It's Laura Bryant and her husband, and sometimes they have help, but basically Laura does not let anybody else do the dyeing, and she puts all of the color combinations together herself. So so if there's anything that if you like a design and you want it in a particular kind of color combination, let me know, and we can talk about it and talk to Laura about it. So let's see. Now I'd like to show you one of my favorite. Oh, this is actually one of our store samples that which is from what's called the Triple Treat Kit, which is 3 different. This is the one that we have. There's 3 different scarf patterns. It contains a skein of Petite Madison, a skein of Radiant Petite Madison, that's one with the sparkles, and then a skein of Shimmerati, which is basically, let me get a skein of Shimmerati that's out of the, just a second. That one right here. It's a merino silk blend with sequins on it. So this one actually has that color, but you just have a little bit. It's really neat how it looks in the how it just adds a little something, but it's not overpowering. It's not like, it doesn't look all crazy blingy. It's just it's very tasteful. It looks really good. You just use a little bit of it. And they sent she sent us, this is that other kit, the Poncho Kit, in the color that the poncho on the wall is in. But this is, so she sent us tons and tons of different color combinations for the Triple Treat Kit, and this is $119 for the kit. So, and they range from this color combination to, oh, you want to hold it?
Good, stack it up.
Okay, and this one, which is, I think that's the Rhiannon, which is on the cover, and we also have the, okay, so here's one that's got a lot more purples. And then there are some much lighter colors. And this one mixes some really brights with some, and then it tones it down a little bit with some smoky blues. This one uses, has like bright raspberry and some grays and blues in the Shimmerati, and then it goes to lighter sort of lavender pinks. That would be really pretty knit up. This is the combination that our sample is in. It's indigo, olivine, and orchard. And let's see, I think I should, did I show, oh no, I didn't show this one. That one's really pretty.
Okay.
Oh, I did? Okay, sorry. I can't remember what I, this one is for the brights. And then this again is some combinations of blues with some, with more muted pale tones. So we've got lots of different combinations, and if you want to look at, if you want to, we're available to if you want to call and or you want to set up a virtual like FaceTime to see all of them again, or if you want us to send you a picture of any of them, let me know and we'll be happy to do that. So then the other thing I was so excited about us having is this jacket over here. This is called the Sonata Jacket, and it is. You've got to stand back and you get a good picture of it. Oh. Be up.
There you go. It's, but you can't really.
Now you got to move in a little bit more. I'm looking at it over here so you can. Yeah, it's hard to get the lighting quite right for this. Yeah, it might be better to. It's from this book. What this is it's done sideways. This is done in Marina Mio, and so this is it's on sort of the idea of a fade. It's knit sideways, so that's how you get the vertical lines. It's basically it's 8 different colors, and it's done in half linen stitch, which is a really wonderful stitch to use for multicolored yarns. And so let's move over to the book, because this actually is the one that's on the cover of Laura Bryant's Artful Color Mindful Knits book, which has all kinds of wonderful stuff in it. I've got the open on the table here to this. So. Oh, it's going wonky. You want to try and get close up. Oh, I hate it when it does. Sorry, it doesn't want to stay straight. Let's see. All right, let's move the book. There, let's do that. Okay, yeah, that's a much better picture. Okay, now she has in this, there are if you go down, there's 4 different possible color combinations. But basically you could do this, like if you could do this in like the Chroma set. It takes 8 different colors. You could use 8 colors of the Chroma to do something like this. She also has a new version of it with a gradient pack. Let me go get that. This is in the Marina Mio. So there's this grays and blues. That's for Sarah. Oh, it's the color. It's not showing the color very well. This is it's so neutral that the colors aren't coming through, but there's a beautiful smoky blues and grays. I'm gonna have to try and get a better picture of that. And then this is browns to like a brownish red. So if you, this is very neutral. It's also, these are also the colors that are in that sweater over there. So this sweater is done with a gradient pack, and then you pick one contrast color to go with it. So that gradient pack can be used to make, this is called the Enigma Sweater. So it's done with it's got a chevron motif. Here's also, you might be able to get a better picture of, this is that pack that we tried to show you that wasn't showing up very well. It's blues and grays. Which is why I said Sarah, because Sarah loves blues and grays. So this is basically the same sweater that the other one that's hanging on the wall that's done in multicolors. This is what it looks like if you do it in more semi-solid colors. So the pattern is available separately and the patterns are $6 a piece as Etude, which is a remake basically of the Sonata Jacket from the book. Yeah, Sarah, I know. So, we have, if you actually, Libby, somebody many of you know, put together a Sonata Jacket Kit from the Marina Mio that we have in stock right now. She started with, these are actually colors that are in the kit. I don't think the lighting's very good for that, but this is Mink and Embers. And this is a newer color. Oh, sorry, let me put this there. This is a newer color. It's called Desert Rose. And you can see there's lots of different colors that would go with it. And something like this, you could put these kinds of colors together. So the possibilities are endless, and we always love putting together color. Oh, I'm sorry, we were trying to show putting together color combinations. So we've got, brights, and we've got purples and grays and reds, and any colors that we don't have, we will always. This is actually the old Marina Mio in the smaller skeins, and then the new Marina Mio comes in the bigger skeins. They are interchangeable, and I will probably make my Sonata Jacket mixing the two together because they knit to the same gauge. And they're basically the same construction. Her goal was to find a substitute yarn, so they work together too. So if you have some in your stash that you need, that you want to use, you can mix that. You can use that and mix it with the new Marina Mio too. So, does anyone have any questions about any of that? Okay, I just. Oh yeah, these jackets. Oh, the poncho though. I want to show you the poncho because I love this poncho, and it's made out of cotton blend yarns. But the yarns that it's made out of have been discontinued. She can't, Laura can't get them anymore. So we still have 5 kits left, and they range from bright to, here are some blue greens, to really neutral grays and browns. And these kits were originally $170, but they're half off because this is all that's left. That I think, as far as I know, these are all that are left in the world. I'm sure some other shops might have a couple, but basically, so these are half off. So from what, 85, I think it is half of 170. So so those are also available. And then many of you if you're familiar with Prism, you probably know about the Prism stuff, which is basically, why don't we go over here to this, which is basically a whole bunch of different yarns. I'm going to grab a skein of stuff while you're showing that shawl, so you can see it. Stuff is basically, this is what it looks like on the skein. It's a whole bunch of different yarns, many of them novelty yarns, very high quality novelty yarns. And they're all hand dyed and hand tied together. And it is each skein is carefully planned. They're all identical, and they were all planned carefully by Laura, so that every section will knit to the same gauge. This isn't like just, I'm going to grab a bunch of stuff and tie it together and knit with it. It's got a very planned effect. And this is called the Mystic Wrap, and I've actually knit one of them. This is the Desert Rose colorway, and it uses several skeins of Symphony, and then a skein of 1.5 skeins of stuff, and it makes this sort of spectacular wrap. I'm going to show you mine. So this is the one that I knit. So the back is a V like this, and then it's basically, it's modular, So you just, so it sits really nicely on your shoulders like this and kind of looks like a, so you, it's easy to wear because it stays put basically. It's a neat design. And this is one of my favorite. So this was actually a kit that when I first saw this at a truck show, I said to Laura, I said, I want to do it in Tumbleweed, which is this color of stuff. And so I just said, so please put together a Tumbleweed kit for me. And this is what she did. So, and this is mine. So we have these. Now these are, you know, the color possibilities. Like, so here's purples and pinks and reds. This is based on a colorway called Nevada, which is lots of rich greens and blues.
Can't really see them.
Oh, okay. Let's put them on the table away from the bright light. You can see them better. You still can't see them. All right, let me pull them on the. That's a problem with the plastic. All right. Let me pull them out. You've got to be able to see them because they're just so stunning. See, see how fabulous it is when you pull it out of the bag? And so this is the, let me pull these out. So this is deep purple and reds and blacks. I think this one's called, oh, Pinot Noir is the name of that color. And then there's, this is kind of a Texas color. It's called Pueblo. Let me pull it out. It's browns and blues. Would look really good with jeans. So there's a lot of different possibilities for this, for the bistic wrap. I'm just gonna leave these here. We'll put them away later. The other thing I was so excited about us getting was this. This is a linen tee, and some of you know how much I like boxy tees. It's a very great big box. That's what, just like my boxy tee. It's a slightly different design in that this is knit in 4 pieces and then seamed together. So there's 4 seams on it, and it is made out of linen lace, and what you do is you hold 2 strands together, and that's how you get the graduated color changes, because you're doing a marl basically. And so this is the original, which was in Vogue, this issue of Vogue Knitting. But there's also, are we gonna be able to see these colors? So this is the Tumbleweed color combination. So it's blues, and these are like dark greens. This one is, you know, really dark, more woodsy. And if there's anything you want me to pull out of the bag so you can see the colors better, let me know. Then there are some super bright colors here. And the original colors. Here are some whites. This would be really pretty too. White and gray. Now these same kits would also make this other. We should show that the linen top over there. This is a tunic, which can also be made as a dress. So this is done in the same principle, but it's instead of being boxy, it's more fitted. And you can make it as a tunic or a dress. And you could do it with the same kit. Although to make the tunic size, the kit would work. The dress size, you would need extra yarn, but we can get that from Prism. And the pattern for that is called, find the pattern, called the Saint-Tropez tunic or dress. Oops. And again, it's 2 skeins, it's 2 strands of linen, and the linen is Euroflax. It's the same linen it's Euroflax linen. Laura gets it, Prism gets it from the people who supply Euroflax, the Euroflax people, but then she hand dyes it. Okay. So let's see. We should show some of these other, we've got some fabulous, some more spectacular designs. This is the Inverness. We don't have any kits here, but we could get them. This is made with Tencel tape, Symphony, and Prism stuff. And then we also have this is called the Foxy Cowl. This is made with stuff and this fantastic stuff called Plume, which is, it's made out of nylon, and it is like so incredibly soft, and it's just unbelievably soft and beautiful, and it holds up forever, and it's not that difficult to knit, surprisingly not that difficult to knit with. And so we've got lots of we've got, oh no, this one we have, so we have kits in some very dark, purples and peacock purples and teals, and lots of different shades of purple. If you want me to pull any of these out, let me know. Otherwise, I'll just show you the bags. That was an Instagram message. So this is, so then there's this. Then, and I think this is around 150. This is the one that I made. Actually, I've had this in the store for a while, but I actually bought the kit before we opened the shop. It was, I just couldn't resist. There's also a smaller version called the Twister Cowl, which is quicker, easier, and a little less expensive. It's basically a big long cowl like this that you can twist, hence the name. So you can wear it long, you can wear it all kinds of different ways. And we've got these fun little kits. Basically, it uses a half skein of stuff and a skein of plume, of the plume. So there's so many fun colors. There's also this is autumn. There's the woodlands, the greens. And I think this is, I forget the amount. It's in the it's 70 something, I think. This is the Nevada. Oh, sorry. Let me put this back. Sorry, I'm not holding this very well. Okay. Yeah. So there's lots of different. I mean, there's something for every color palette in Prism. And then this, by the way, for you crocheters. One of our crocheters just took a skein of stuff and just did this simple. So if you ever wondered what it looked like crochet, this scarf is made with a skein of stuff crocheted. Simple crochet. Oh, I almost forgot about the Electro poncho right here. This is made with Radiant Petite Madison, so that's the Cashmere Silk blend with the sparkles, and then Gossamer, which is I think it's a mohair silk blend, and so it's a simple, well, it looks like a poncho, but actually it's seamed here. The seam is, it's kind of, I don't know if you can see it, but the seam goes here. There's actually a seam in here, so that this is kind of open, and that makes it that makes it drape that way. So you could do the seam wherever you wanted to. You could do it like that, or you could have it not seamed at all and just wear it as a poncho, or as a topper. And so this is what the kit looks like. It's got 2 skeins of Radiant Petite Madison, and is that 1 skein of the Gossamer. I think it comes in a pretty big skein. And so we've got it in that bright purple and dark gray. And there's a gold, like a mustard. And what's this? And this is greens and silver. And if you'd like this design in any other color, we can order it. And so those are the four kits we have on hand. Let me hang this up. Did I have? What did I forget? I know I forgot something. Oh, I know what I forgot. So then there is the spectacular evening jacket. This is so beautiful. This is like classic Prism. It's got stuff in it and Symphony, and the colors are just gorgeous. I hope the colors are coming through.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, they're just gorgeous. So we do have kits for this in a couple of different colors, and this is the most expensive one. It's $430 for the kit. But this would last forever. And oh, it feels so heavenly. It's so soft. You know, the stuff, you need to touch the stuff yarn to realize how soft it is, because a lot of those novelty yarns, the less expensive versions, are very scratchy. This is really, it's mostly made out of, I think a lot of it is rayon, and then there's wool and silk in it too. It holds up really well. Oh, and by the way,
it even makes the 100-day-old
dress
look
good,
look decent, which should be burned.
This is the dress. This is the wool dress that I wore for 100 days for the 100-day desk challenge, which is still in perfect condition and looks. It's good. It's in good enough condition to actually be paired with the fabulous Prism evening jacket.
Hey, Curtis, back up so we can see the whole jacket.
Okay.
There we go.
Let me turn it around so you can see it from the back. I love the way the back looks.
Hey, I got it all now.
Yeah.
It really looks better in person.
Oh, well, yeah. And it's hard to get just the right light in here too. The one other thing was, some of you may remember from the Dream in Color Trunk show that there were all these fabulous color combinations of Dream in Color Smushy with cashmere. And some people were wondering why I was going after 8 skein sets. Well, there is a design for a big fabulous like blanket shawl kind of thing by Stephen West. But the other thing that I always have in the back of my mind is that Sonata jacket over there. And any of these sets too would make a fabulous Sonata jacket. And these are all still up on our website too. But like these blues and greens would just make a fabulous Sonata jacket. And a lot of the color combinations that we've put together for Find Your Fade shawls, I did knit a Find Your Fade out of Marina Mio. Those color combinations too would make really good. So if you've got a Find Your Fade set of yarn that you haven't knit yet, that you haven't knit the fade, maybe you could do a Sonata jacket instead. It's pretty much the same amount of yarn, and it's 8 colors instead of 7. But you could make a jacket out of that. So, and we have the book in addition to, so the pattern is in this book, which is a wonderful, wonderful book. The Mindful Color, Artful Color, Mindful Knits. And there are quite a few fantastic patterns in here that for hand-dyed yarns. It's a wonderful book.
We're running out of battery.
Okay, yeah, well, we're probably running out of time. So I think I showed you everything. So do you have any questions? Let me go over here to this. Oh, that's okay. Yeah. Oh, the Enigma jacket. Where is the Enigma? Which one was the Enigma? Oh, this is the Enigma jacket. I'm pretty sure this is. I'm pretty sure this is the Enigma jacket. Oh, there's the tag. Yes. Okay, this is the Enigma jacket.
I got it.
Okay. Yeah, this is the Enigma jacket knit out of the gradient, the browns, the beige to reddish brown with a teal accent color.
Can you unbutton it and put it on?
Well, I can see if it'll. I don't
It's
know.
not buttoned. That's okay. Just put it over that.
Oh, okay, I don't know if it'll fit me. I think I know the model that these were made for, and she's a lot thinner than I am. But,
Oh, well, it's still. Oh, it shows it off pretty good.
listen to him.
Well, I can see all the colors in it now.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay.
Okay. So I don't have a copy of this pattern, but I know it's in. I can get it. So that's the Enigma. Let me see what other questions I didn't answer. Oh, okay. Oh, I think I missed what kit you were asking about, Lee Ellen, but we'll if you can, we'll figure it out. So
If they'd like to see one of these kits or whatever in a light box, they could call tomorrow and Emily could.
yeah, we can take all the yarns out of any of the kits that you want and photograph them in the light box for you. Just let us know. Yeah. Oh. Okay. All right. Well, if you don't have any other questions, then thank you for joining us. I'm going to we'll put this up on YouTube too, so if you want to refer back to it, but don't hesitate to call us or email message, whatever, with any questions or with any follow-up if you want to see something in more detail. So thanks a lot.
Catherine says, gorgeous yarns from Susan to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Let's stop
Okay,
it.
turn this off.
Okay, just let me. So, all right, I'm gonna leave.